Getting your child vaccinated against flu this winter could stop them becoming seriously ill and stop flu spreading to family or friends. There's no needle, just a squirt up the nose. If your child is aged 2 to 3, in primary school or secondary years 7 to 9, make sure you take up the offer made by your GP practice or school vaccination team. Protect your child from flu. Get vaccinated, get protected. Go to nhs.uk to find out more.
Hi and welcome to Our People podcast. Before we start today's episode, before we go to Vasily George, I have Jake Higgins here with me from the EDI team. You've probably heard from Jake from past episodes and the most recent ones, and they're highly involved with the staff network groups. But Jake, you're here because since we recorded the episode with Vasily, the BAME staff network group has had a change in name. Could you just explain why the change in name and what is it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something we had, as a network, been talking about for a very, very long time. So the term BAME has long been used and accepted across the UK for black and minority ethnic colleagues, but has long been a term that was probably inaccurately used quite a lot because it's a term that groups massive amount of people with very different life experiences, very different backgrounds, very different cultures, very different ways of living their life into one sort of uniform group. So it's not always been a term without controversy, but about 2 years ago the government released a report called the CRED report into racism in the UK, and one of the findings of that report was that the term should be avoided where possible by all institutions. At that point as a network we kind of thought we agreed with that, but it may be a little bit of a distraction from some of the work we have to do as a network, and actually we know there's lots that the network want to do and want to achieve, so why get bogged down with a small semantic change like a name? However, since then we've had additional guidance from NHS Race and Health Observatory, who have also recommended avoided using that term, so we just felt that now the time was right to do a bit of a refresh, a bit of a relaunch, and change our name. So we had several possibilities that were voted on by the members, and ultimately the term that we chose was the WREN network, which stands for Workforce Race Equality Network, and I think that probably gives us a lot clearer understanding within the organisation in terms of who the group is, what it's for, and what we want to achieve moving forward.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for clearing that up, and just going ahead in the podcast when we record it, we did refer it as the BAME network, the Black and Asian Minority Ethnic Group, but since then it has changed to the Workforce Race Equality Staff Network, so going forward just take that in mind, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks, Jake.
This is Our People podcast, telling the stories behind South Tyneside and Sunderland NHS Foundation Trust.
Hi and welcome to Our People podcast. I'm your host Harry Newhouse, and on today's episode we'll be talking to Junior Sister Vasily George, who works on the Renal Satellite Unit at Washington Primary Care Centre and Durham Treatment Centre. For the last couple of weeks we have been talking to members of our staff networks here at the Trust, and this has included the LGBT+ and Positive Health networks. Vasily is a member of the BAME staff network and is here today to talk all about that. Welcome to the podcast, Vasily.
Thank you.
So, Vasily, to start the podcast, could you explain what your role is here at the Trust and what it involves on a day-to-day basis?
I'm Vasily George. I'm junior sister working in the Renal Satellite Unit, Durham and Washington. My role involves overseeing the care of patients in the unit, coordinating with the medical team, and ensuring a smooth operation of our day-to-day activities, and involving the management role as well.
And we're here today to talk about the BAME staff network, which you are highly involved in. Could you explain what the BAME staff network is and what it stands for?
The BAME staff network is a crucial part of our trust. It stands for Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic Staff Network. Its primary goal is to create a supportive and inclusive environment for all staff members, especially those from diverse ethnic backgrounds. The network aims to promote equality, diversity, and inclusion within the workplace, ensuring that everyone's voice is heard and respected.
And what does the network try and achieve, and why is it important to have a staff network such as the BAME one?
Having a staff network like the BAME network is essential because it provides a platform for individuals to share their experiences, challenges, and insights. It fosters a sense of belonging and helps us to understand each other's perspectives better. This network promotes awareness, education, and cultural sensitivity, ultimately enriching our workplace and the care we provide.
And why did you join the BAME staff network?
I joined the BAME staff network because I believe in the importance of diversity and inclusion. I wanted to be part of an initiative and that actively works towards creating a more harmonious and understanding work environment for all our staff members.
The group have meetings throughout the year. What happens at these meetings?
Our meetings throughout the year are a crucial way for us to come together, share experiences, and discuss strategies to promote inclusion and diversity. We talk about various topics such as cultural awareness, personal development, and how we can collectively contribute to creating a better workplace.
You recently have completed the Mary Seacole Leadership Programme. What is this?
Mary Seacole Leadership Programme is a development initiative aimed at enhancing leadership skills and promoting diversity in healthcare. It's designed to empower individuals to become more effective leaders while promoting inclusivity.
Why did you decide to join the programme?
I decided to join the Mary Seacole Leadership Programme because I recognized the immense value it could add to both my role within BAME staff network and my responsibilities as a junior sister. It offered an opportunity to grow as a leader and make more significant impact on diversity and inclusion efforts. My intention was to join Mary Seacole Programme to learn how can I deliver high quality of care to the patients at my workplace rather than how can I improve myself. And I was always thinking about how I could improve the service as well. Mary Seacole Programme means to progress my career into more official leader role. However, it has related my passion for my current role by equipping me with self-awareness, confidence, knowledge, and skills to lead in practice and involve what we do and how we do it with the underlying goal of improving patient care, experience, and outcome.
Brilliant. And how does this help you in your role with the BAME network?
Mary Seacole Leadership Programme has provided me with the valuable insights and skills that directly benefit my role within the BAME staff network. It has enhanced my ability to lead and advocate for diversity. As a quiet person, I always think leaders need to be talked louder and the leaders cannot be quiet when I contacted my manager about it, about this leadership course. So I wasn't sure it was for me. So I had a discussion with my manager and she made me aware the importance rather than concentrating one thing like off duty kind of things. So I really want to say thank you to my manager Laura Thompson. She's the one recommended for me the course. And also I want to say thank you to my mentor Mayflower. She has supported me throughout the course. After I attended this Mary Seacole Programme, I started to think, really, I do not need to be loud to stand out as a leader. But I do need to have a presence. So how are you showing up? How are you perceived? And what influence and impact are you making in your encounters with other people? It's also giving me a great awareness of my strength and confidence in my interactions with others. And I am a more confident person to talk to others and lead my team and services, as I have come to realize that I can approach consultants and senior staff members to different departments about my concerns, and I how see that things can be improved and that they will listen to me as well. I learned how to behave difficult conversations and changed my style to appraisals, feedback sessions, helped me to learn by explaining what you are doing well and what need to be improved and how I need to improve. And I'm sure I can recommend this course to everybody.
What sort of activities do you do on the programme that help build this?
Yeah, we have like feedback sessions, and it was say online learning as well, but we need to submit their assignment as well for this one.
And I presume it also helps with your role as junior sister.
Yes, Mary Seacole Leadership Programme has beneficial for my role as a junior sister. The skills and knowledge I gained from the program have improved my leadership capabilities, which positively impact how I fulfill my responsibilities in the renal department. I acting as a BAME representative from the Renal Satellite Unit as well.
And for those that may not know, what is the Renal Satellite Unit?
Renal Satellite Unit is the Durham and Washington. We have one renal unit in MRU in Sunderland as well. It's a big unit, like 3, which included renal ambulatory care, renal unit, renal satellite unit. So Laura Thompson is my manager.
And what sort of care is that?
It's for the dialysis, patients on the dialysis who need the dialysis.
If one of our staff members identify themselves as part of the BAME community and they want to join the network, how can they do so?
So if any staff member wants to join the BAME network, they can express their interest by reaching out to our HR department or directly contacting the network coordinators. Or we are always open to new members, excited to welcome individuals who are passionate about our cause.
And if someone is not from the BAME community but wants to support colleagues, is this possible?
Support from allies is greatly appreciated. If someone who is not from BAME community wants to be supportive colleague, they can participate in various awareness initiatives, attend events, and engage in conversation to learn more about different cultures and perspectives.
And where can staff find out more information?
For more information, the staff can visit our Trust website, and where we have resources, updates, and details about the BAME staff network, as well as other staff network within the Trust. I would like to say thank you to STSFT, my manager Laura Thompson, my mentor Mayflower Bernal, Harry for having me on the podcast. I'm glad we could discuss BAME staff network and importance of diversity and inclusion. It's crucial that we continue to create a welcoming environment for all our staff members. Thank you.
Very well said. Well, thank you very much for everyone listening. That brings us to the end of this episode of Our People podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it and learning all about our staff networks here at the Trust. Thank you very much, Vasily, for joining me today.
Thank you, Harry.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Our People podcast. We hope you enjoyed it and check out our other stories. Hit subscribe to keep up to date with the latest and catch up with what we've been up to on our Twitter, Facebook and Instagram pages. Just search for our name.